Hey guys, Joe here, and here to tell you about how you can become the best Smash Bros player that you can possibly become. Now, of course, these tips will help you over a long period of time, and hopefully these can help you become better. Now, I'd recommend that if you want to listen to any of these tips, maybe write some down that you can complete in the future. And with all that said, let's get this started. So the first thing I'd say to really improve as a player is to set very small goals at the start that you can complete pretty easily. So, you'll be doing pretty well very quickly, and you'll be seeing some improvement. You really shouldn't set your first goal to win a national out of nowhere. You should set it to maybe placing 1 or 2 places higher at your local tournament, to winning a lot more online, get a higher % win rate, or like an Anthers Ladder win rate, or just to be able to do a certain tech skill over and over and over again, be it grabbing the ledge, doing dash dancing, or doing any of that different stuff. Really, you have to set a small goal, and then go to bigger goals later on. Now, within the thing of setting goals, you'll also have to set some time aside for yourself, a little bit of a time frame. Now, this could be just setting aside 30 minutes a day to playing the game, or it could be setting aside like 2 hours on a Saturday to play the game. You're really gonna have to set aside a little bit of time to go to tournaments, to practice, and to do all this stuff a few days in advance. If you decide, that day that you want to practice for 30 minutes, but then you realize, well, I could go somewhere else, and I'm just not gonna bother to do it today, then you really won't have anything worrying on your shoulder. You'll be like, okay, doesn't matter, I won't do it today, and you won't really progress as fast. But if you decide a few days in advance that you are going to be practicing on this day, that you are going to be trying to become better that day, then it's a lot more likely that you'll actually practice on that day, and then you'll actually put in the effort that day instead of just blowing it off. Now, the next thing is to make a time frame for your goals, and by that I mean you want to make a time when you want to have your goals completed. Usually about 1 to 2 weeks, but if it's a bigger goal, it could be even more. Let's say, for example, you want to learn how to have a perfect pivot. Well, in this situation, you probably want to give yourself about a week. Now, within that week, you practice a lot, and you'd probably put in a lot of work to try to learn how to do this, and then by the end of the week, of course, you'd finish your goal by the end date. But let's say you just don't give yourself any due date. Well, you'd probably, kind of think about doing it, not really bother, and then eventually just take about a month to complete the task. And that's a lot of wasted time when you could have been improving a lot faster. So I'd say if you do actually put some time into it, and if you do make that time frame for yourself to try to complete it within a certain date, then of course you will complete the task a lot faster than if you just make yourself randomly do it someday. So after you've done all these things, I'd say that you actually, before you start, to track all of the progress of how far you have become and how far you will be going. Now, this could be done by just writing it on sticky notes, putting it on your wall, or by just writing it on a random piece of paper. You want to write it down and see all the accomplishments that you have completed in the game, and see how much better you've actually gotten than you were originally. If you don't have anything written down, or if you don't have anything on a Google Doc or something like that, you probably won't remember how bad you were, and you won't see all the progress that you have already made in a short amount of time. And if you let this rack up for months, you can get a lot of progress and just continue a lot in the Smash Bros community. So let's say that you have actually finally been tracking all your progress, and you've been seeing all that you've done. Well, you can see that once you do put in the time, and once you do set out to do what you have wanted to complete, even if you don't quite complete that exact task, you can see that you got very close, or you got a lot closer than if you would have not done anything at all. Now, I feel like this is the real main confidence booster, is that if you do something at all, it'll be a lot better, and especially if you write it down, you'll feel a lot better than if you just sat there and just wished you were a better player. Really, this is one of the things I like to do the most, to see how much I've improved, and see how when I do put some time in, I get some stuff out, and I feel like personally it really helps me a lot. Now, let's finally say that you've put all these things together, that you've been practicing for a while, and that you have finally gone to a tournament. But let's say that you lose that tournament match, or at least you lose some of your tournament matches, and you don't do way too well. Well, don't beat up yourself for it. Instead, go back and see what you could have done, ask the person how you can improve, maybe just one tip exactly on how you can improve, and watch how the opponent beat you, so that next time you could use their strategy, or a strategy that counters their strategy, and then win in the next game. This is really how you'd improve, and I'd say I use this quite a bit in my own personal tournament gameplay. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did enjoy, make sure to press that like button, comment, and subscribe, and tell me any future topics that you would like me to go over. Thank you guys for watching though, and I'll see you all next time.